Hey everybody, yes, I have switched the title back over to Storm Talk. It doesn't necessarily mean that can't see snowflakes again. I just don't see anything that's worth it being more of a headline. Alright, so we're going to switch back for now. Get back on track here. Sorry, my IFB earpiece hanging out of my ear there. Okay, here's the latest look at the storm board. Fairly quiet until about a week from tomorrow, the 24th. We'll talk about that setup in a second, and then perhaps another one 29th through the 31st of March. So there's several things here to monitor, certainly more so down the road. In the short term, beautiful weather today. Yeah, cold, but beautiful weather, warming things up today. Now, the cold layer, we talked about this last time I was able to do a blog update, how some of that low-level cold may linger a bit longer in the morning hours for a brief period of something other than just plain rain. It still looks to be a minor issue and a very brief issue, so at this point we're not going to play much into this until we get more evidence to support this being more than just a short-term duration type of thing, and I don't see any sign of that so far, so we'll just move right along. Tomorrow's rain, it's going to be a situation where we're going to see a wave of it early on in the day, and then we'll see kind of just weaker little impulses kind of pass throughout the afternoon period. So I really think there's going to be several dry periods throughout the day tomorrow. There just will be times you'll get some showers and it will be cloudy. Then the actual front moves in around 4 in the morning. So not a washout of a St. Patrick's Day. Just make sure to keep the Wave 3 News weather app handy and see where the rain is falling on the radar at that point. But again, I think it's going to come in waves, but the higher chance may end up being more early. It looked like it'd be later in the day. In previous days looked that way, and the trends in the last several model runs are to put a little more emphasis on that morning wave. Alright, so just kind of a heads up there. Alright, so then we have another wave that'll pass through as we head into Monday and Tuesday. First day of spring is on Monday. Back in the 60s we go, perhaps even 70. Wouldn't rule it out. That wave, though, of rainfall in that front, when it passes through Monday and Tuesday, will allow for a drop in temperature. Now, this is where things were earlier this week interesting to watch, because this is the rain-snow line up here. There were hints we were going to see a little more of a rain-snow line that was going to get lodged, like in the I-70 corridor, with heavy rain and thunderstorms to the south and snow to the north. Now, it still looks to be somewhat of the case, but a little more angled, because it looks like the warm air is really going to push the western side of that line up pretty far to the northern parts of the Midwest. So this creates more of a wave of moisture moving into that cold air that will be moving in as we get into Tuesday night, Wednesday next week. And at this point, the cold air does not look overly impressive, and it looks like the moisture will move in right when the cold air is moving out. So at this point, we're not going to be as concerned about anything wintry next week. A wave of rainfall, maybe some thunder with that too. But here's the thing, this is a mean warm front in the sense of how it's going to take us from the upper 40s to lower 50s on Wednesday, and quickly just surge us into the 70s, and then set the stage for thunderstorms by the time we hit into Friday. Question is timing, how strong they could be, all that kind of stuff we just got to go slow with. First off, let me show you the ensembles for all of this I just explained. Here we are for this weekend, GFS, Euro, and the Canadian. They show how, again, we try to warm things up as we head into Monday with temperatures in the 60s. But then here we go, that trough comes back down. That's that drop next Wednesday that will take place. But notice the trough doesn't go like way down into Florida like the current one is. It's kind of just going to ease on by, kind of a glancing blow, if you will, especially for the mid-Atlantic and portions of the Northeast. We'll take the brunt of it. We'll kind of just get teased with it, if you will. And ensembles agree with that, so we're pretty confident on that end. And then we get into the setup for that low pressure that'll roll out about next Friday. Notice the GFS is a bit slower, a bit more to the south. Euro is certainly wound up. Both of them are wound up, so they're showing both significant areas of low pressure moving across the plains about a week from today. Euro is just further to the north. And even ensembles, to have this many isobars show up on the ensembles is impressive for a week out. So confidence is growing in a significant system moving through the Midwest. And this is from the CFS model. I know it's really hard to read it, so I apologize. But there's a lot of, for the past couple of days, a good signal here of some severe weather taking place across the country. And the map that it's indicating, it's certainly aiming on the southern plains and Mississippi Valley. It's certainly aiming at that. It does hint, though, that the Ohio Valley may see some influence, and it's mainly because of the low pressure path. You know, your GFS has it more into this area, Euro's got it up in here, so that has to be determined. But I fully expect, based on the stuff I'm looking at so far, there's going to be an outlook for severe weather placed at least a 30% in this zone as we head into the coming days for next Thursday and possibly Friday. And there's a chance we may see that get extended all the way into our neck of the woods as well. So the end of next week does look to be busy. Getting back to reality, it looks like. That's it for now, guys. Stay warm. I'll see you guys tomorrow.